So you mentioned to me before we went live, big weekend coming up this weekend. So were there camps and official visits, or just visits?
Yeah, yeah.
Both.
So this weekend kicks off Friday Night Lights on June 3rd is Nebraska's first big camp. And you have got up to 15 official visitors coming in for the weekend. We have confirmed 13 of them right now. And so this is the biggest official visit weekend that Scott Frost has had since he's been here. I think the previous most, I think, was 8 that they had in one weekend of official visitors, and that was for an Ohio State game weekend. So this is huge. They haven't had a weekend like this since Mike Riley's final year as head coach, when he had a bunch of guys come in on a one weekend type deal like this. So it's a big weekend, and then on Sunday is the Pipeline Camp, the Adidas Pipeline Camp as well. So you've got 2 big camps. Also, there's the Jake Sharp Camp on Thursday in Wichita that my boss is pleading with me to go to, which also hosts a lot of Nebraska targets in there. Dylan Edwards is the guy that sticks out, the offensive tackle out of Kansas City that just had his visit unofficial last weekend here. So there's a lot going on, and teams can only have 10 camp days during the summer, and Nebraska is using 8 of those 10 to host camps here on campus, which there'll be another Friday Night Lights camp in 3 weeks. And then there's also a 7-on-7 camp that they'll be having. And then other coaches will be out on the road at various satellite camps as well. So, recruiting's really picked up. You can pretty much officially say that they're done with the 2022 class with, the latest edition last week of the wide receiver, Washington. So that puts Nebraska over the 85 scholarship limit right now. So I think they can pretty much close the door. They were expecting a JUCO defensive end that might have been coming in this weekend for a visit. He's not going to. So I think they're done. So all the focus now moves to the 2023 class. And so that's highlighted by a guy that we just talked about a little bit ago, is Malachi Coleman, the Lincoln East product that has taken his official visit here. So this is Nebraska's big time here to impress a guy that's already, visited probably more times than we can count already. But this is going to be the big push. And besides him, Maverick Noonan is another, the second highest ranked player in the state, will also be here doing his. And both of these guys are right now, they're weighing their options. They're taking other visits as well. I know Maverick's already got, after this weekend, he'll go to Minnesota on June 10th, and then Stanford on June 17th, and then Iowa on June 24th. So these guys are starting to narrow things down. Obviously, they have offers from all kinds of big boys across the country. Another guy that's going to be in is a offensive lineman out of Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Garrett Nelson's old school. Brock Knutson, he's a monster. He's 6'9". He transferred into Scottsbluff from a smaller school right close to there. And he all of a sudden blew up and is getting offers from everybody. He's going to go check out Iowa State on the 17th as well. So Nebraska wants to lock up this guy because these guys don't grow on trees. I mean, he's 6'9", 320 pounds, and doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. He is a monster. Another recent offer Nebraska put out was Cade Mcintyre. He's a Fremont Bergen product. He's like a 5-tool baseball player. You can put him in all kinds of positions. And he's a guy that Nebraska just offered that because he's been starting to blow up as well. he had a younger brother or older brother that just graduated last year, but he's picked up new offers, like I said, from Nebraska, but Iowa, Tennessee, and Oklahoma State have just offered him too. So, he's another guy that's going to be in here this weekend. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And then, the rest of that gets filled out with out of state guys that they're counting on the guys that I just talked about, the in-state guys, to kind of lead the charge and really help them fill out their 2023 class right now. So it's a very, very big weekend here. And, every time I've seen and been to a Friday Night Lights camp here, they started up under Coach Riley, and they've kept them going since. It's a big deal. Fans are welcome in to watch. And the fans get into it, especially during the one-on-ones. The wide receiver DB one-on-ones are always fan favorites, and we've seen big-time shows from big prospects take part in this over the years. So I'm excited, and it's gonna be sweet. There's gonna be a lot of guys out there on the field that we're gonna get a good look at, and hopefully Nebraska can impress them. And obviously, like I said, they lay out the red carpet and do all kinds of barbecues, and it's a whole weekend deal. And then some of the guys stay around for the pipeline camp as well, which the pipeline camp, if you're not familiar with it, Adidas just started that up a couple years ago, and it's a national camp, and they hold it right here. They call it the pipeline because Nebraska's famous offensive line called the pipeline that kind of fell to the wayside here lately. But it's a big deal. You get prospects come in from all across the country, some of the top defensive and offensive linemen out there in the country. So big weekend. I can't wait. I'm going to be very busy. So don't try to get a hold of me this weekend, Mark.
Okay. I will take note of that. Greg's not ignoring me. He says he's busy. He's not putting me off. So I will remember that.